Hey guys, it's CholyFlower, and welcome to the first edition of The Real with CholyFlower. So this is the new series I was talking about in my introductory video, where I will be doing a series of different types of things, reaching into my past, kind of going through old pictures and journal entries and things I've written and, so much and so forth, just to give you guys a little bit more, I guess, of a background, or just, let you in on the person that is CholyFlower. So today I'm going to be looking at some old photographs that I've had put away for several years. I don't know what they're going to be because I just kind of stacked some right beside me and thought it would be fun to just kind of like pull them up and show them to you and kind of give you a little bit of a background on what they're about. And some of them I'll probably talk about now, some of them I'll probably talk about in future videos because I don't want to give like everything away. It gets a little confusing, so it'll just be like reactionary was the word I was trying to look for. So what prefaced this type of a video, you're probably asking? Well, I know that in my lifetime I've known a lot of people and I've had a lot of different types of friendships, and I find that every so often I'm forced to kind of look back and reflect on those friendships and what they meant to me and how they shaped my way of life and things like that. And sometimes things happen in my real life, as in like the present day, where it kind of like sparks that nostalgia and kind of brings me back there. So I have some pictures here. I'm a little scared, guys. I'm a little scared. So I'm just going to briefly show you guys what I'm looking at, and then we will discuss. So, yeah. So this picture I'm looking at is of my old crew that I used to hang out with at the bowling alley a long time ago when I first moved up from the Bronx, because I'm originally born and bred in the Bronx. I lived there for 21 years. And after my grandmother passed away, we kind of moved around a little bit. And at some point we reached living with my mom's friend for a while. And my mom's friend always thought that I was really antisocial, and she didn't understand why I didn't want to like go out and meet people and wear makeup and all that kind of stuff. So she would force me to go with her to this bowling alley. And she was part of a league, so she was there all the time with her son, and I found it completely and incredibly boring. And as time went on, she introduced me to some people, actually one person. And he's in this picture. He's at the far end of the picture. He's the guy with the glasses that you're looking at. And we developed a really cool friendship, and we ended up dating for like a year and a half. And during that year and a half, I've met some of his other friends, which are featured in this picture. So it's weird to look at this again, because this is like the pivotal picture I always go back to when I think about my old friends at the bowling alley. So yeah, this is so I'll just go through it really quick. The guy at the end that's waving his arm like this, that is Phil, my good friend Phil. The one next to him with the sweat armpit, the sweat under his armpit, that's my friend Rob. The guy next to him is Don. The one next to him is Bobby, the one that you can't see. Then there's Marco, who's pointing. And the guy that's doing the splits is Mark. And you'll hear more about Mark coming up in future videos. But yeah, that was an interesting one. That's my first picture. So, okay, so let's move on. And again, some of these pictures, you have to understand, like back in the day, we didn't have these incredible phones or these incredible, like cameras where we could take really good pictures. It was like the old school, with the old school cameras, with the old school, film you had to take and actually like, develop. So a lot of these pictures that were taken are in poor quality. They are either so just out of focus or the lighting is horrible, but yeah. So this next picture is, again, 3 of the people you just saw in the other picture. So that's my friend Mark, the one that looks like Steve Perry from Journey. Come on now, take a look. He does. The guy in the middle is Bobby, and that's Marco again. And I think this was at Bobby's house. So a lot of the times we would get together, especially after we would go bowling, or we used to do a lot of karaoke back in the day, and we would have these get-togethers at Bobby's house, and we were just a crazy bunch of people. we weren't like heavy drinkers or anything like that. We were just simply aesthetically always on. I don't know how to put it. Like, we barely ever did anything illegal. Like, seriously, you would think like a bunch of people getting together, like we would do, like, drink a lot or what have you. But we didn't. Everything about us was just like we just hung out. We were just naturally goofy or naturally stupid or naturally what have you. And so that was just them, doing their usual being ridiculous because that's what they know how to do. So yeah. Okay. Oh, the next one. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty interesting and a little difficult to look at. So this is a picture of me obviously singing in my friend Mark's house. This was his house. He used to have like this whole equipment set up where, we would all kind of just, I don't know, go over there and just sing. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with that hair. That hair back in the day, this was like, I think somewhere in the 90s, early 90s. I'm going to say 92 or 91. Girlfriend, I don't know what was going on with that hair. It was like part mullet, part I don't know what, but yeah. I never did anything other than wash my hair and kind of just either blow dry it or let it just dry on its own, but whatever. So I'm wearing nothing but ivory. I don't know who dressed me then either. But I'm looking pretty serious here because I was always serious and emotional around these guys. And singing was my release. And, being in front of people that you feel so close to at the time or that meant so much to you at the time, it's a little jarring to do certain things that you've always loved to do, but now you're doing it in front of your friends. And yeah, that was like me, like, checking can I hear myself? Because, half the time I was off key anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I'm like matching that dish tray in the back. I don't know. This was the 90s, but you could swear that it was like the 70s, and yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah. All right, next picture here, which is yeah. This is what I mean about us. Okay, so again, this is I think it's my friend Mark's or my friend Bobby's, I don't remember. That is at the time, he was my boyfriend, Marco. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but we look like something straight out of the like 30s or 40s. I don't know what this is that I'm doing, but I've got that proverbial headband in my hair like I did with the other picture. And yeah, I don't know. The only thing I like about this picture is probably my legs. But other than that, I don't know where I got that shirt from. Oh, God. And Marco just looks like somebody that stepped out of American Hustle. And I'm kind of just like, yeah, that's my guy, kind of thing. But again, it's just, I don't know. We were just a bunch of crazy people. We didn't care what we did or how we entertained each other. That was just, it was just the way it was. And I will go into a little bit deeper about these people because they meant so much to me. This whole group did. I didn't go per se to like college or to like I went to college, but I didn't go to college like, a normal college experience. I went to college much later. So to me, when I left the Bronx and I left everything I knew, I was 21 years old. When I met up with these people, when I met these people, this was like sort of like my pseudo college life. It was like these were the people that I hung out with every week. These were the people that I had, relationships and friendships and dramas and all sorts of things with. And we hung out at diners, we hung out at each other's homes, we had holidays together. It was just this group was like it meant everything to me. So there was a lot of craziness going on, and yeah, that was just part of it. So yeah. So the next one, yeah, all right. So this was actually Halloween. This was at my house, and we were preparing ourselves to go to the bowling alley for the karaoke costume contest, what have you. And this was me as the Joker, circa Jack Nicholson, the Joker. So yeah, I got all of these things at a thrift store or secondhand store. I did the makeup myself. The hat I had prior to that. And the guy standing next to me is my ex, Ken. He's a whole other story, but he was part of the Blues Brothers, which is with my other friend. or my ex at the time. There's a lot of like weirdness going on, a lot of Melrose Place stuff going on here. And yeah, so that was me kind of making my grand entrance as, you know, the Joker. Oh God, I don't know. Just yeah. I don't even know. That was just what have you. So, yeah. Anyway, but that is it for this edition with CholyFlower. So this is pretty much what I'm trying to formulate as far as like just my past and my thoughts and people I used to know and hang out with. Just kind of like give you guys a firsthand impression and reaction and maybe give you a backstory to some of these things. So I hope you guys enjoyed my embarrassment. I will be doing more of these types of videos and I will see you in my next one. Oh gosh. Bye.